everyone. This is the Chapter 12 Screencast Part 1. So we are going to start with our packet for Chapter 12. We have the must-do and choice lists at the top of the page. Make sure you're using those to keep track of your responsibilities. Make sure that you also notice on the choice list, there are 2 boxes this time instead of just 1. So you can choose 2 of those comprehension questions to answer out of the 4 that are given. And then also there are some comprehension activities that need to be completed. So you can choose one of those at the end of this too. For right now, we're going to start out with the journal response of the day. So I'm going to give you your prompt for that, and you can record your thinking on those lines. Make sure you pause the video so that you have enough time to write out all of your thoughts. Does your family have any special traditions for when you get together? Describe a special tradition that your family has together. So this can be, I think of it like during holidays, my family has special traditions that we do. So you might think about around holidays, does your family do something every single year? That makes it a tradition. It's something that you do over and over and over again. It doesn't have to be centered around holidays though. It can just be something special that you do when everybody gets together. In my family, for Christmas, we actually have like this little, it's called the peppermint pig, and it's a little tiny candy pig made out of peppermint, and it's just shaped like a pig. And it's kind of weird, but we read like a little story about why it's an important tradition. And then everybody has to hit it with a little tiny hammer, and it breaks the peppermint candy up into pieces. And you have to hit it oldest to youngest, and then you go in the reverse order, youngest to oldest, and everybody takes a piece to eat it, and it's supposed to bring good luck for the whole year. It's kind of strange, but it's a tradition that my family has when we get together around Christmas time. So we would love to hear about your traditions. If you want to share your traditions too in a comment on Google Classroom, I bet that would be really interesting to hear what everyone does. All right, so we're going to jump into our vocabulary now. You should know where to find it in your packet. There are 3 words. As always, make sure that you're challenging yourself to put those definitions in your own words and take your time on those illustrations. It's a really good skill for you to practice drawing those out, especially if you're a visual learner. It's helping to make connections in your brain. So our first word is desire. And this is a really strong feeling of wanting something or wishing for it to happen. So you can see in this GIF, Tiana is wishing for something that she really wants. And that means she desires it, or she is desiring it. My example is that my greatest desire, or what I want most in my life, is to help my students to be successful. The next word is yakking. This means to talk for a long time or to talk at length about trivial or boring subjects. So that means things that are just kind of unimportant or boring to someone else. So my example here is that Sasha put on music so she did not have to listen to the constant yakking of her teenage sister on the phone. And we hear this word yak or yakking in the story through one of the songs. If you watched the previous screencast, we played the song for you. And the third word is interrupt. So I love this GIF because it's from a video where this man was being interviewed on the news for like a really important news story. And then his daughter, you can see, just burst into the room and interrupted him while he was on live TV. So interrupt means to stop the continuous progress of something. So mostly we hear the word interrupt being used when someone is talking and then somebody else cuts them off and starts saying whatever they want. But it can also be like physical interrupting, like this little girl walking in and interrupting the news segment that's happening. And my example here that we can all relate to, because I know this has happened to us is that unfortunately our math lesson had been interrupted by the fire alarm last week. So in your packet, there's a little space here where you can record your thinking on what we've learned about Grandma Sands and about Birmingham. You can jot down your ideas as you hear them in the chapter when you're listening to the audio or reading on your own. And make sure that you come back for the screencast part 2 after you listen to the audio so that we can talk about text structure a little bit more and so that we can go through the rest of the packet page for chapter 12.